Oh my God. There is absolutely no way telling me that 6 Premier League teams have played in the round of 16 of the Champions League first leg, and all 6 Premier League teams failed to win. They did not win, literally. Also, 3 other games that was taking place tonight by Premier League teams. By the way, guys, before I get into it, I just want to say that this Champions League knockout tie has been absolutely cinema. It's been so insane because I thought last night's games were unbelievable, but tonight literally just topped it off with absolute bangers literally tonight. So I'm gonna get straight into this video. So mate, don't forget to drop a like and drop a comment and let me know your thoughts on tonight's games. So we're gonna get straight into it. Finished by Leverkusen 1, Arsenal 1 in the earlier game, literally today, and I can't lie. Arsenal were actually so lucky that they've managed to come out of that game with a draw in this first leg. I'll be honest, Bayer Leverkusen literally today played so well. They were absolutely playing some beautiful football, and they were literally the better team. Bayer Leverkusen have got robbed, apparently. By the way, this is the penalty incident that took place towards the end of the game, where I'm not even sure, though. I mean, did Madueke get the ball first, though? I think, was the Bayer Leverkusen defender making a good challenge, though? Or did Madueke just dived, like, on purpose or something, though? Because I don't not know. I mean, Arsenal were pretty lucky to get anything out this game, or going into the second leg at the Emirates Stadium, but I can't. Arsenal was so lackluster tonight, and all they needed was a penalty. By the way, Arsenal were literally known as Set Piece FC, but before the game, Bayer Leverkusen literally said this, and the thing, their admin, by the way, they said no corners allowed, and they used their own weapon against Arsenal. That is absolutely crazy. I'm going to say this right now. We need to start taking Bodo Glimt seriously, because they are literally on an absolutely generational run right now in the Champions League. They have just beaten Sporting Lisbon tonight 3-0. Literally, Bodo Glimt have done the impossible yet again. Bear in mind, Sporting Lisbon, who are currently in La Liga Portugal, by the way. I mean, we all thought Bodo Glimt were literally finished. They had 0 Champions League wins before 2026. Now they have 5 wins in the Champions League in 2026. So 5 Champions League wins in a row for Bodo Glimt. They've beaten Manchester City, they've beaten Atletico Madrid, they've beaten Inter Milan, home and away twice, and now they just beaten Sporting Lisbon 3-0 tonight. And look, you gotta give credit to Bodo Glimt now, because look, they have now given themselves a huge advantage for Bodo Glimt to make sure they can secure their place to the quarterfinals. And imagine if they can go far in this Champions League, man, we might see a real underdog in this game. The European champions, the current holders of the Champions League, Paris Saint-Germain, seek revenge because they have absolutely cooked, humbled, and embarrassed Chelsea. In fact, the world champions, 5-2. PSG beat Chelsea 5-2, and I can't lie, Chelsea, they got absolutely mauled. But don't get me wrong, I mean, Chelsea, the first half, people say they were actually okay, though, but oh my God, in that second half, they absolutely collapsed, literally, like a penguin. Because honestly, their goalkeeper, Jorgensen. Look at back, Jorgensen made a big mistake. I think it was for their 4th or 5th goal, I don't know, but Jorgensen today, disaster class. That is literally. This PSG team, though, this year, they haven't been that much the greatest, from what we've seen last season, though. But look, they're showing that they still have it, the belief, the determination, the togetherness, in these some sort of games in the Champions League, though. And look, tonight they absolutely showed who they are. That's for Chelsea. They absolutely messed up themselves so bad. They conceded 5 goals against PSG, man. That's now 4 losses under Liam Rossini, by the way. 3 of those losses were against Arsenal and now against PSG. Oh my God. Yeah, Chelsea, I do not even see them making a comeback in the second leg. You think we forgot? Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. Oh my God. What have I just witnessed? Real Madrid, by the way, literally had no Mbappe, no Bellingham, no Rodrigo. But yet, it only took Federico Valverde, literally, to single-handedly destroy, humble, and embarrass Manchester City with a first half hat-trick. Oh my God. And Valverde, a leader that shows literally determination, grit, and good character. What an absolute player, man. Manchester City's happened again. Every year in the knockouts, they always get cooked by Real Madrid. And look, a 3-0 deficit for Man City to try and overturn. Could they do a remontada at the Etihad? Well, we'll have to find out next week. What I wanted to touch on from the beginning, that this is actually embarrassing. You know, like all the Premier League teams failing to win their round of 16 ties. I can't lie, that's actually an embarrassing stat.